Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Big Talk Pigskin. I'm your host, Bowden, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Korbin. Korbin, how's it going?
Going great, man. Great to be back.
Great to be back. Today, we got a killer episode for you guys. A lot on deck. Back again this week here with some more all-time teams. After these three we have today, we're gonna have four more for you guys next week. That'll finish us out, and then that'll lead us right into the next week where we're gonna preview some football games. We'll have week 0 starting up right after that. So we are just 2 episodes away from the first preview of the season. First preview episode. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be awesome. So excited, man. We as we speak, we have NFL football in like 48 hours. You know what I mean? So that's pretty exciting. And yeah, sure, it's preseason, but getting to see our teams for one drive is pretty awesome. So football is in the air, and fall may be coming sooner than we realize, and thank God for it. I cannot wait to get back.
Yeah, so glad that it's all coming back right around now. First up on our list today here, we are going to be talking about the new fifth years. So as you guys all, I'm sure, know by now, there was the 5-and-5 rule put into place where players now get they have 5 years to use 5 years in school for 5 years of eligibility from when you either turn 19 or graduate high school. Then we had somebody went and sued the NCAA. I think it was a basketball player. I don't believe it was somebody on the football side.
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not either. I think it was basketball. And they kind of sued and went, hey, well, what about us? Like, we just graduated college. Some people are still here from a redshirt year and still have another season, but not all of us are like that, who played straight 4 years. What do we don't get anything? We don't get anything. And so they put into place that the class of 2022 high school graduates now get a fifth year, and that comes right before like camp and stuff is starting for football. So it's a little kind of a jumble here for a lot of these teams where they're just getting guys from last season just randomly back to their roster.
Some weird situations. I know Texas had a player that was actively on the Browns practice squad, like basically.
Yeah.
Guy wasn't necessarily scheduled to make the team, and he was like, "No, I'm going back to Texas for my fifth year." And it's like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
It's crazy. And some of like the ground rules on it are like you can't have signed a pro contract already. So like in his case scenario, he has been there for practice because there was a lot of up in the air about this going to happen anyway. So like he hadn't signed any sort of contract yet, so he was able to come back. With transfers, you had to have already entered your name into the portal back during the open portal period. And if you didn't do that, then you now have to come back to your own school. But if you were in the portal, you can explore to go anywhere. I know Tommy Castellanos, the Florida State quarterback from last year, he has actually is trying to sue for an injunction to be able to go into the portal because he's trying to come back. He doesn't want to go to Florida State, it seems, or they don't want him back. I'm not too sure on that end, but we're getting a little close to be doing stuff like that. Like you kind of just need to
it's August, dude.
It's August.
There's no way that a quarterback is
games.
Unless you're going to like and maybe that's what he's trying to do, unless he wants to go to like a really, really bad Sunbelt program or like a really bad MAC program or something.
Well, I know specifically like with him, this is obviously different with a lot of these other players. He has said, hey, I'd like to come back and be anything on the offense. Like, let me be a tool. Just put me in any spot you need. I can play receiver. I can play running back. I can play quarterback. Right. So maybe that'll intrigue a little bit of a bigger program to take a shot at him being a third receiver on the team.
Like a gadget guy, potentially.
Yeah, just some guy you can kind of throw around. Taysom Hill type energy, except he's not as big. Smaller version. But, yeah, it's interesting. We're 3 weeks away from the season.
Another thing that we have to touch on, kind of a side note, but I think it's absolute blasphemy for college football's sake. Do you know what I'm about to say about him?
I don't.
Akron.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the shenanigans that are going on in Akron, Ohio right now need to be stopped.
Insane.
The NCAA needs to come in and cool it out because and it's unintentional. And I think there was a situation that maybe happened similar to this last year, and it's slipping my mind right now. But season tickets have been bought and sold out for Akron this year by one, Robert Morris fans, and two, college football fans across the nation, because Akron came out and was like, "Yo, we are going to." I think it's a random raffle for season ticket holders.
I think it's random,
right? Random.
It's going to be
raffle
random
of people who have season ticket, who are season ticket holders. Excuse me, and they get to pick the plays of the first drive.
Yes,
so all these Robert Morris fans are like, "Yo,
we're buying tickets.
We're buying tickets. We're punting on the first play." Like, you know what I mean? Like some dumb stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's regulated, and kind of and to just the audio listeners, we are throwing up air quotes.
Right.
Like what Bowden said, where it's like
interesting.
Completely random.
Completely random. That is a very interesting situation. I myself was thinking about buying a singular season ticket for the year.
Sold out, buddy.
Now they're sold out. Yes. But it was $75.
But you know what?
It was pretty cheap. So I kind of understand where they're coming from. I do. Here.
But I'll come out and I'll say this. It's bad for Akron, and at face value, it is good, because you're like, wow, that is one of the like
most poverty.
They're not only the most poverty programs. I'm not sure if people are, and fortunately we are Central Ohio guys. There are murmurs that Kent State and Akron will be closed or merged. Or merged into one school, and those are Division I programs. And
they're doing really bad on money.
Yeah, really bad. And enrollment is tanked completely. And so that's it's an unfortunate conversation to be had, and we obviously hope for the best for our MAC brethren. I mean, that's our backyard.
I love the MAC. One thing about it is it did say that they have to meet with the coach like during that upcoming week to help script the plays. So it's not like you can just show up and throw like, hey, this play is in your playbook. It's happening. Like it's going to be a little like kind of tailored to what they do anyway. Like, but yeah, all these rumors floating out there and all these Robert Morris fans, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny. I personally think, and this was the main reason I didn't actually buy a ticket and submit my name. I believe that they're going to go one of two ways with this is that it's either going to be a longtime season ticket holder that like everybody in the building knows, / a former player who buys season tickets consistently. Or the other way is that it's going to be a big name. Like I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, especially, or X,
Bordeaux,
with Bordeaux, or with Big Cat from Barstool.
Yeah.
People are saying they need to do something like that and like let Barstool document all of it and like show off the
but
process.
The thing is,
like that's like clickbait grabs for them.
Yeah, but that's a slippery slope, because then it's like
you can't do that.
This quarter's plays were brought to you by Chick-fil-A and our affiliates. Like, you know what I mean? That becomes a problem.
100%. But yeah, a lot of stuff with this fifth year stuff. The Akron, it's interesting. Very, very interesting. On to the next topic here today. The first poll of the season is out. It's going to be the first coaches poll. It came out on the 4th. So a week ago from when we are on here recording this. So there might be another one out here. The next one won't come out until the preseason AP poll comes out here in a couple weeks. And then from there on, we'll have them here weekly. There's 8 schools from the Big Ten on here. Impressive. Out of the 25. Right. Impressive. So like those first 3 that we have on this list here from the Big Ten are going to be our 3 juggernauts from the Big Ten from last season. You have Ohio State, who's ranked number 1, they have 38 first place votes. Oregon, who's ranked number 2 with 6 first place votes. And then Indiana's ranked number 6th, but has 14 first place votes.
Well, and
which is crazy.
And make
14th. They have the second most first place vote.
What did Georgia do in the offseason? What did Texas do in the offseason for people to be like, yeah, Kirk Cignetti doesn't have the capability. Yeah. Yes, you lost.
I just find it crazy that they have the second most first place votes, and somehow all their other votes were so bad that they're down there. And this is the coaches, right? This is the coaches poll.
Yeah.
So
I bet you the AP
has the SEC coaches just tanked Indiana after them winning the championship last year. Is my thoughts. They placed them super low on their list, is my guess.
I mean, Oregon being 2, like that's, I don't know.
Indiana at least should have been top 5. Let's not get that wrong.
I completely agree.
Like if you put them at 5, you think they lost a little bit. I mean, I guess, but we haven't seen these teams play yet. This is all based on our thoughts because of recruiting and transfer portal. Mm-hmm. This is just their thoughts. They don't really know. Nobody really knows.
USC being at 14, I mean, I think this is a huge year for that program. I'm going to come out and say that too. I know we don't cover them today, but I think this is a huge season for them. And why am I blanking on their coach's name right now?
Oh, Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley, excuse me. I think this is a huge year for them because it's like age-old saying it's time to piss or get off the pot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it really 100%. Is. Like in that essence where it's like what they're paying you a boatload. What have you brought home? Or what have you yes, cool. Heisman's are cool. That's great.
But what have you done since leaving Oklahoma? Mm-hmm. And so far it's been I go 9-3 or 8-4.
Mm-hmm. I have faith.
I do too. I thought they were going to be better last year. I thought they were going to be a 10-win program last year.
Yeah.
They just had a couple of falling short.
It's a rough integration into the Big Ten too. Let's call it that.
It is. 100%.
And everyone is sort of having growing pains with that as well. And I guess 100%. That will lead us into our next team, Michigan, being number 16. I don't have a problem with that as a Michigan fan. This team, I think that's inaccurate as far as at the end of the season. If people say if Michigan has this fantastic season and they end in the top 10, people are like, well, we had our doubts. It's Kyle Whittingham's first year, this and this. Or if they fall from grace, it's like, well, they were 16. Like we had to give them some sort of semblance because they had a good roster. So I appreciate that. And Penn State, I mean, that's kind of high.
I thought so too. Okay, I'm glad you're there with me.
I think that's.
And I saw Iowa State play last year. They weren't this good of a team. Now I do think this Penn State team is obviously like a mixture of last year's Penn State, last year's Iowa State, and then some other guys from around the country. And I do think that they will be better than either of those teams, Iowa State or Penn State, were last year. But I do agree. I don't know if they should have cracked the top 20 on this list yet. I don't know if they should have been in the top 25.
I'll be honest with you. They could have been sitting at like 25, and I'd be like,
yeah, I don't know if they should have even been in the top 25.
That's a team that should be like receiving votes.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Like 100%. And I'm a Penn State alumni. I'm repping the Penn State merch right now. But like seriously, I don't know. They've got a lot to prove, and maybe we're completely wrong. 100%. But
you know what? I like Matt Campbell a lot. I've met the guy before. He's a great dude. I hope that I'm wrong about them. I hope that they're good, but I just can't put them there yet. I have to see some sort of production on the field out of these guys. They haven't shown anything to us yet, especially not as Penn State. That's my thing. Like I do hope I'm wrong, but they're too high up, I believe. Next team on the list from the Big Ten, it's going to be Washington at 19th, which I think is a good spot. People are very high on them. I'm pretty high on them. I think they're kind of in that same boat as Michigan where they can go either way, up or down.
Yeah, I agree.
Where they could come out and have a really good season. We go, hey, we underrated them a little bit. Or they drop out and they go, well, we had them at 19th. We thought they were going to be good based on this. It just didn't work out. I think you have the same thing.
They've sort of got a good thing going on there. Like, well, that's just another team where it's like, again, growing pains of the Big Ten too.
And then lastly, from the Big Ten on the list, we have my Iowa Hawkeyes at number 22. I think it's a great spot to have them at. I'm not upset. I believe they deserve to be in the top 25, but I don't believe they should have been above 20 at all going into the season. There's a lot of change going on in the program, a lot of new players coming in, a lot of players that left, and new quarterbacks. I don't know where we're at, so it's
true.
I don't think you could put them higher with everything else surrounding them. And even I wouldn't have been surprised if they were left out of this based on that same reasoning.
No, and that is fair because Iowa, again, it's all and again, we will see what the AP poll brings.
Right.
But Iowa, again, just one of those teams where it's like it'll be interesting to see if they're right on that bubble.
Right.
For the coaches poll, at least, the only other team that is in the Big Ten that is receiving, or excuse me, the only team that dropped out was Illinois, who was sitting at 25 apparently in the coaches poll previously. And then others receiving votes, Illinois is on that list as well.
Right.
Let me make sure. I apologize that we have no other Big Ten teams. Nope, doesn't look like it. So the only other Big Ten team that is receiving votes is, Nebraska is as well. It's Nebraska and Illinois.
Which Nebraska's new quarterback and stuff, and I think people like him. Anthony Calandria from UNLV.
Is that where? Is that
Yeah, UNLV. So I think it makes sense that they're receiving votes. I think it makes sense that Illinois dropped out, but is still receiving votes.
Yeah,
I think they're going to be on a downhill swing this year. I think it'll be Bielema's worst year since being there. Other than maybe I don't know what his first year was there off the top of my head, but these past 2-3 years have been pretty good. I think this will be a down year for them.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of a rebuild, and they'll swing back up and be what they've been doing.
Yeah. Last note on the coaches poll. As far as big swings go, I don't know that I've ever seen a number 13 team that was not ranked prior to the season going in. So where did I just see that? Excuse me. LSU going from not ranked, having a 7-6 season to number 13 preseason. I don't know that the AP is going to be as favorable to them as the coaches were, but we will see. We will see.
Hot take. I'm going to say this right here. They go 8-4 this year.
LSU.
Yeah. Hot take. They're 7-5 or 8-4.
I think that's a hot take.
I agree. I think it's a hot take. That's how I think about them, though.
I really think they maybe 3 losses, maybe 2.
I don't see them getting. I think they can go 9-3. Personally, in my own mind, that's their ceiling. I don't see them doing any better than that.
I'd have to really see how the schedule lies for them, but
it's bad.
I've got faith. I've got faith in a lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think we don't know. They're kind of a wild card, but that's hot take from me. They're not. I don't think they're going to be very good. Not as good as people expect.
I guess, just for my curiosity, is Ole Miss not even ranked anymore?
Were they not on that list? Were they really not on
it? No, they're just not ranked.
No, they're just not ranked on the list.
They're just not ranked anymore.
I think that's crazy too. I think Ole Miss is.
What is going on?
I think Ole Miss is going to be better than them this year. I truly, I think Ole Miss is better than LSU this year. But anyway, that's enough on the coaches poll over there. We're gonna hop over here to these couple of all-time teams, and then again next week we'll have 4 of them to wrap up our all-time teams here. So today we are going to start off with the Maryland Terrapins.
Yeah, buddy. Maryland.
Up front, their head coach is going to be Jim Tatum on this list from 1947 to 1955. He has a national title there. He's widely considered to be their best coach of all time. 1953 is where they officially claim that title.
True legends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of legends from his era that are going to be on this list. They kind of fit in that category where they were a powerhouse in the 50s.
Someone who is not on that list, though, is their best quarterback of all time, who is Boomer Esiason. 1981 to 83, 2-time All-ACC selection.
Bengal legend, by the way.
Bengal legend, got the Bengal gear on. One of Maryland's greatest players of all time.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the crazy thing is I think you could, other than maybe records, you could probably put Tua Tagovailoa's brother Talia Tagovailoa on this list with quarterback is a very close second because
he's got some records.
He's got like the Big Ten career passing yards. Right?
Yeah, he broke Drew Brees' record, right?
Yeah. But again, it's kind of like a wins thing in my mind. That Boomer led his team to do more.
We'll have to do an episode on who we think the greatest Big Ten quarterback of all time is.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just thinking
about there's some good guys who can run through that.
Yeah,
there's some good guys.
Like single seasons, all time, like that. Yeah,
because there is many different ways to kind of look at it. Over onto their running backs, you have Lamont Jordan, who played there in 1997 to 2000. I think we all know his name from the NFL. And then you have from 1979 to 1982, Charlie Wysocki. Again, another one of their powerful and productive runners.
Sliding over to wide receivers, another one of these late 50s guys, Gary Collins, a consensus All-American in 1961. And then another representative for them at the wide receiver position is Jermaine Lewis, a player actually in the mid 90s, 1992 to 95. Finished with 2,932 receiving yards with 21 touchdowns. In his 3 seasons with the team. Another guy you guys probably have never heard of him, Stephon Diggs, played 2012 to 2014. He's okay. Tight end. Do you want to tackle tight ends?
Yeah. So our tight end list, Vernon Davis. I mean, that's a guy I remember watching all the time play for the 49ers. Obviously, he was there at Maryland 2003 to 2005. So, right when I first started growing up, before I was really in tune to be watching football and knew what was going on at least. But watching him play for the Niners was great. This guy's a legend. He's a legend. It's definitely that's their best tight end. It's the best thing to walk through that tight end room there.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, 871 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, first team all ACC, you might say yards and touchdowns don't look great. He was a tight end in the early 2000s. They were mostly blocking back then.
Exactly. You were leveling people.
He did that in the NFL too. He leveled people. And honestly, his receiving game just got better when he elevated.
Right.
Over at their O-line, we have left tackle is going to be J.D. Maralevsky, left guard Ron Solt, center Kevin Glover, right guard Stan Jones, and right tackle Bob Ward. And then we'll flip over to that defensive side if you want to kick us off over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting us off at the defensive end position, Randy White, playing from 1972 to 74, consensus All-American. Sliding on to a defensive tackle, Dick Modzlowitsky, 1950 to 52. So they're just before that national championship team. Another consensus All-American. Another representative at the defensive tackle position is Stan Jones, there for that national championship team in 53. Another one, Sean Merriman, early 2000s, 2002 to 04, 22 career sacks with the Terrapins. And at linebacker, do you want to kick off linebacker?
So over at our linebacker spots here, we got 3 of them here who we felt were worthy of this list. You have E.J. Henderson, who is the career tackle leader at Maryland with 473 tackles, 2-time All-American, there from 99 to 2002. DeQuell Jackson, who's there 02 to 05. Again, another 2-time All-American there, ACC Defensive Player of the Year in 2005. And he was very close to getting to that tackle record. He finished 4th all-time in Maryland tackles with 447. And then last on the list here is Chuck Fawcett from 1983 to 86. Again, he's 3rd on that school chart with 466 career tackles. And then do you want to round us out here?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I was looking at the cornerback stats there. Dominique Foxworth, playing 2002 to 2004, had a dominant defense there. We've got a couple names here representing that time. He was a two-time All-ACC selection. Again, a pivotal part of Maryland in those early 2000 years. Josh Wilson, another cornerback for the early 2000 Terrapins. And then sliding over to safety, Madu Williams, 1999 to 2003. And then our final safety that we had was Tom Brown, who played in the early 60s for the Terrapins, another All-ACC selection.
Yeah. And something just going through this list that I kind of found interesting. I wanted to point this out.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at this list, all the guys on here are pre-Big Ten era players, except for Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Except for Stephon Diggs. And
really,
I find that funny.
And really, Stephon Diggs is a pre-Big Ten player because
he only spent
2012 to 2014.
2 years. One year in the Big Ten is last year, 2014. I just find that to be a little funny in that sense. Then we're gonna flip it over to my team, the Iowa Hawkeyes here. There's a lot. I could name a lot of extra players on this list who maybe feel deserving based on my short tenure of watching these guys. And by short, I mean 23 or 10 year of guys. At coach, there's two coaches on this list that you can really pick. There's only two real options. I believe it's Kirk Ferentz. I would have to say that Kirk Ferentz is the guy. I mean, he's the all-time Big Ten win leader by a coach. Hayden Fry, there's no program without Hayden Fry.
Yeah.
It's really hard to pick between the two. Neither of them have national championships. Each of their highest rankings in the AP poll at some point in time, I believe, was number 2. Hayden Fry might have gotten us up to number 1 once or twice, but for like a week or so. In my mind, they're almost identical in who should be up top. And so for me, I think it's a tie, but because of recency, I think I have to go Kirk Ferentz.
Yeah, I would say Kirk Ferentz as well. I mean, again, that may be recency bias, but to build the excellence is one thing, and especially in that time, in that era, but to continue the excellence is another, and that's that's not an easy thing to do. So hats off to Mr. Ferentz, even though at times people do have the pitchfork for mediocrity. I have a bright outlook for Iowa football in their future. Not so bright that it squanders Michigan's, but we'll see.
It's not as bright as Indiana's, I guess.
Yeah.
Still upset.
It's okay.
Over at the quarterback position, there's a couple names you can throw out here. The best single season in school history, probably Brad Banks, who went number 2 in the Heisman voting in 2002. It's probably him. My personal favorite growing up, Ricky Stanzi. CJ Beathard was in there, led us to our only undefeated 12-0 season. But it's Chuck Long. Played there under Hayden Fry, 1981 to 85. All-time passing leader in yards and touchdowns in his career, over 10,000 yards, 74 passing touchdowns. This is back when they could throw the ball like efficiently all the time.
Right.
I believe he went to like 2 Rose Bowls, led the program to 2 Rose Bowls during his tenure as well. It's got to be Hayden Fry. Hayden Fry. It's got to be Chuck Long. Sorry, eras, man.
And then, do you want me to go ahead and rip running backs?
Yeah, you can rip those running backs there.
Sure. So Sean Green, I love the spelling of Sean.
Sean Green, dog.
I fortunately am not totally familiar with ball knowledge. What I do know is that he's a 2008
legend,
Doak Walker Award winner.
Go watch his highlight tape.
Is he the best Iowa running back?
He's the best Iowa running back for sure. The number 2 on that list, it's Caleb Johnson from 2 years ago.
Really?
It has to be. Obviously you have Ronnie Harmon.
I was going to say you don't think Ronnie Harmon.
You have Ronnie Harmon from some of those really, really good Iowa teams, played alongside Chuck Long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Maybe it's just recency bias in my mind, but just that season of Caleb Johnson was just so electric in what he could do. on a team that couldn't do much else.
That's fair.
I just think you have to give it to him.
It's impact of the team too. I understand that.
I think you have to give it to him over Harmon, but I'm sure there's a lot of any old Iowa fans probably calling for my head saying that.
Potentially, yeah.
I'm sure there are.
Well, I don't think they would be calling for my head by saying the top wide receiver for the Hawkeyes would be Tim Dwight.
That's the guy.
Okay.
That's the guy. Cool. That's the guy. And you want to take us to our other guy?
Absolutely. Marvin McNutt.
Electric.
That's a power name.
Electrifying.
Power name. So I was going to ask you, is he someone that you like remember in your early infancy, or is that okay? Or
yeah.
I was going to ask you if that's him too early for you.
That's Ricky Stanzi.
2011, 2010 is right around where it's starting to click for me.
Yeah, those are like the first couple years I remember watching. That's prime Ricky Stanzi to Marvin McNutt for touchdowns on touchdowns on touchdowns. That's the team that went and won the Orange Bowl, where had Stanzi not gotten hurt in the Northwestern game that year, they beat Northwestern. They don't lose that game, and they played with a terrible backup quarterback for the rest of that game and lost. Mm-hmm. Played with a terrible backup quarterback the next week against Ohio State, lost by a touchdown in overtime, but lost by 1 point in overtime.
Yeah.
Something like that, touchdown in overtime. Starting QBs there, that team's 12-0. That team goes undefeated that year. Like, hypothetically, I mean, that's how we're looking at it, is that team would have went. It's interesting, though. Would they have been? Because they would have been the third team. They would have been at least number 3.
Yeah.
Because that was a Alabama, Texas undefeated. Alabama and Texas were both undefeated going in, and both of them had conference championships.
Yeah, they would not give that.
So they wouldn't. But it was the BCS, so you don't know how. I don't know how that would have played out points wise with, again, those other schools having a conference championship game going 13-0 instead of 12-0. I don't know how that bid would have worked from the BCS system. Likely they would have sat out at third and probably claimed a national title from that year because it would have been bogus that they didn't get to play to an extent. Not actually.
Yeah.
Not actually. But yeah, Marvin McNutt, yes, that is like, if I think of prime Iowa football, I'm thinking of Marvin McNutt and Ricky Stanzi.
That's fair.
Sliding down to the tight end position, there's too many guys to put in this list. I'm just gonna name a couple off here that could be here. That's going to be TJ Hawkinson.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be Noah Fant. That is going to be George Kittle. That is going to be Sam Laporta. That is going to be CJ Fedorowicz.
Ridiculous.
Tony Mojica, and then Dallas Clark. There's 7 there that are absolute legends who had good NFL careers that you can pick and choose from.
Yeah, pick your poison.
You can pick your poison. In college at productivity level, I think it's either has to be Fant or Dallas Clark.
Yeah.
Just based on how they produced in their seasons playing there. Kittle's my personal favorite. Mm-hmm. CJ Fedorowicz is my second.
I like Laporta a lot.
Laporta was great too. I
wanted him to be a Bengal so bad.
I was tailgating right next to his parents at the 2022 Music City Bowl.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then on the O-line, there's many guys you can throw on this list. Yeah. And so I'm just going to go through some of these here. At our tackles positions, we're going to take Duke Slater because the field's named after him. There's a reason he's on this list. Duke Slater's there. We're going to have Tristan Wirfs, who had one of the statistical best tackle seasons in college football history. At center, just because he's on the top of my head right now, we're going to take Tyler Linderbaum, who now has the biggest center career of all time in the NFL.
So valid.
And then at our guards positions, Brandon Sheriff, guy who I remember fondly. That was a guy I like idolized as an O-lineman growing up. I was like, I'm going to be him. That's who I was going to be. And then Marshall Yanda is going to be our other guard, who is considered probably a top 5 NFL O-lineman of all time, who played for the Baltimore Ravens.
A ridiculous pedigree at Iowa.
It's insane. And there's so many names I'm leaving off this list. There are so many names that could go on there instead that I just got to move past it. I got to move past her. I'm just going to keep naming people.
You can ramble, yeah.
I could keep going.
Yeah.
We still have a defense, and we have another team to get through who's also a bird.
Go Ducks.
Also a bird.
I'll tackle defensive ends here. Andre Tippett.
Dog.
1979 to 81. On the defensive tackle side of things, Alex Karras, a mid-50s player. Again, an older guy. Yeah,
old guy. There's some guys currently you could throw in there instead, but
who's a defensive tackle you like? Recent bias wise,
probably Davion Nix was really good. Adrian Claiborne could also be on this list on the D line. Yeah, Claiborne could definitely be on this list.
Okay.
Jaleel Johnson, who's the other guy on this list, he's on this list. He is for sure on this list.
Another defensive end, Chad Greenway. That's another early 2000s guy. Mm-hmm.
And then other DNs you could throw on. Lucas Van Ness.
Yep.
Never started a game in college, by the way. Went number 13th overall in the NFL draft.
How does that happen?
He just came on the second play of every game. Every game on defense. He was never in the opening package. Yeah. You could have AJ Epinesa on here. There's some
options to say.
There's some guys. Over at the linebacker slots, we're going to have Pat Angerer play for the Colts. Dog, legend, early 2000s, 06 to 09, on some of those really good Iowa teams. Josie Jewell is also going to be on this list. He was a tackle machine. And despite the fact he kind of had a short career at Iowa, I'm going to take Jay Higgins, who is from like 2 years ago when he graduated. This past year was his first year.
Where was he originally at?
Was he Virginia? I think he was Virginia. Maybe that's the other one, Nick Jackson, who was on the team. Let me double check because I cannot think off the top of my head unless I'm right about it being Virginia. If I'm wrong about it being Virginia, then I'm not 100% certain. Give me a second.
You're good. Where were we at position wise? We were at.
We're over on those corners.
Okay.
Starting off on the secondary.
And you were looking up who? Desmond King?
Jay Higgins here at the linebacker slot.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry. Okay, sorry. Nick Jackson was a transfer from Virginia. Jay Higgins was there his whole time, but he didn't really play up until like his last 3 years. He had COVID years, the 2020 guy. But he didn't play a whole lot in 2020 or 2021. 2022 was coming off the bench. But those last 2 years, insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like insane. Like had a 79 tackle year. Solo tackle.
Filth.
92 assists in that year. It's 171 in a season combined. Like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
2 sacks on that. I mean, not many sacks, but he didn't need to be doing that. We have a great D line. So,
right.
But over to that corner side, if you want to slide us out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned him previously, Desmond King, playing in our lifetime, 2013 to 2016. Jim Thorpe Award winner back in 2015. During his Iowa career, a whopping 14 interceptions. That's
we breed corners now.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, strange. Another guy that played, a guy that sort of maybe laid the framework for this cornerback room for Mr. Desmond. Micah Hyde played 2009 to 2012. Again, outstanding ball hawking defensive back. Micah was.
And shout out on the corner side to Josh Jackson, who barely misses this list, who had like 3 interceptions against Ohio State in 2017.
Right.
That was another guy after that.
And I'll let you also switch the fact that our ticker still says Maryland, and then I'll let you.
Wow! Thanks. I got excited.
No, you're fine. I'll also let you tackle the safeties because there are some magnificent names.
There are. So, our safety spot could hold a lot. It could hold a lot of people. And over at the corners again, you could have Riley Moss and Cooper DeJean there as well. But those are the guys. At safety, this goes along with Micah Hyde really well. It's actually going to be Tyler Sash, a player who died in like 2014, 2013, a couple years after his college career was over, 2016 maybe. I believe it was 2016. And that's like that season they honored him in one of the games. Like they wore 9 on the side of his helmet. Very recognizable play from him and Micah Hyde, though, from back in the day. Which, again, they were on those Stanzi teams. So those electrifying Stanzi Marvin McNutt teams.
Right.
Tyler Sash gets an interception, is about to get tackled, like guys breaking down in front of him. He flips the ball, laterals the ball backwards to Micah Hyde, who takes it for a touchdown. He laterals it, takes it. Micah Hyde takes it for like a 40-yard touchdown from the lateral on a pick 6. It's insane. That's an insane play. It's ridiculous. And then the other safety to round off this list, you knew he had to be on here somewhere on this list. He could have been a quarterback, could have been a receiver, could have been a running back, a fullback, corner. But he's going to be on the safety part of this list, and that is going to be Niall Kinnick. I mean, he's the only Heisman winner from Iowa. He did everything on the team. The stadium's named after him. It has to be Niall Kinnick.
Yeah.
Niall Kinnick cannot miss this list in any way.
A guy that missed this list as we round out the safeties, Cooper DeJean.
Yeah. Cooper DeJean misses the list. It's if we were doing like special teams guys here and throwing returners on here, he still would miss the list, which is insane.
Yeah.
He'd still miss the list. Like, he was a guy for us, but I can't replace either of those corners with him or Riley Moss.
No, yeah, I hear that.
I can't, and they were so good, but like they can't be replaced. They can't replace the two, Desmond King and Micah Hyde. Like, it's just not possible.
Yeah,
it's not. Unfortunately, as much as I'd want them there, as much as I would want them there. But yeah, now I will actually switch the ticker this time. I'm going to switch that. Yeah, we're going over to Oregon.
We're
going to Oregon.
Red Ducks. Quack, quack, quack. Eugene, Tracktown, USA. Head coach, we got an interesting selection here.
Yeah.
Is it Chip Kelly?
It's either Chip or Dan Lanning, I think. And I don't know if you can give it to the current guy yet.
I don't think you can give it to Dan.
I don't think you can yet. I think by the time he's done coaching at Oregon, it will be him.
Who was the head coach when Mariota was there?
That was Chip Kelly.
No.
Yeah. No,
right? Sir.
Right?
No, sir. Mariota was like the BC, or we had the playoffs in 2014.
Well, I guess maybe he just recruited Mariota there and coached him for like a year.
Potentially.
Yeah, they would have. I guess they would have been alternating a little bit.
I guess while you're looking that up, I guess that kind of segues perfectly into their best quarterback of all time, in my opinion, Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Children, if you were not old enough to watch this guy play in the flesh, man, were you missing out?
Electric. I just say. It was Mark Helfrich was the coach at that time.
Okay.
Was
he like he was assistant on Kelly?
He was their offensive coordinator beforehand, and then when he left, he became the Bears' offensive coordinator 2 years after being fired, and now does not work in football anymore. He took over the program and tanked it. Like he had that year. Because of Chip Kelly's recruiting, the framework rollover from Chip Kelly's guys, like that's why he had a successful season there. Like, no hate to the guy, it's just true.
I mean, you were a game away from winning the national championship. Like, mad respect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously, yes, but he couldn't keep up the production level. Everything he had was built from Chip Kelly. It felt.
Why did Chip Kelly leave?
Went to the NFL.
That's right.
Went to the Eagles.
That is right.
Yeah, didn't do well there.
Greatest show on turf.
Didn't do well there.
All righty. You want to
now he's the offensive coordinator for Northwestern, by the way.
Chip Kelly?
Yeah. Yeah, because he went to UCLA and then was like, I'm not going to be a head coach anymore. I'm going to go be Ohio State's offensive coordinator. Won a national championship. Did something last year. I don't even remember what he did. I think he was a coordinator in the NFL, maybe. I don't even remember. He wasn't even there last year. He left after the national championship. And then he was like, I think I'm going to go back to Ohio State and be the OC again. And then he was like, wait, I'm going to go to Northwestern, actually. He just went to Northwestern. That's like the one thing that makes them scary is that they might have a good, competent offense with Chip Kelly behind the reins. It's pretty insane.
He's currently the offensive coordinator of Northwestern. You know what? I don't know what the Northwestern
crazy, right?
over-under win total is.
Over just because he's there.
Yeah.
The Raiders OC last year. That's what it was.
He was the Raiders OC last year?
Yes, that's why he left Ohio State.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah, he's gone through a gauntlet since leaving Oregon, man. It's been his own.
What are you doing? Like he should be like a prevalent name right now. Like
they should have never left Oregon.
Charles Edward Kelly, born November 25th, 1963. What are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing?
He should have never left Oregon. Let's put that out there. He should have never left Oregon. He probably is their best coach of all time. I think Dan I think Dan will surpass that. I think Dan will be there.
Chipperton Kelly. We'll give it to him. We'll allow it.
We'll lock him in.
You want to hit the running backs?
Yeah. So as Korbin mentioned, Marcus Mariota was that. It was an easy choice. I mean, obviously you have guys that were like Bo Nix and Justin Herbert,
right?
And Herbert. Some guys up there, but it's obviously Marcus Mariota as their quarterback. At the running back slots, LaMichael James, 2009 to 2011. Yeah, electrifying. What a guy! That guy was so much fun to watch. I mean, over 5,000 yards in his career, 53 touchdowns, unanimous All-American, won the Doak Walker. Jonathan Stewart, who was there just a little bit before LaMichael James. I mean, again, like he had 2,900 yards and 22 touchdowns, and that's in like 3 seasons of playing there. And he didn't play his first year. It's insane. It's insane. They have some names here, man. And they don't have a national championship to show for it. Do you want to kick off our receivers over there?
Troy Franklin.
Dog. Broncos legend.
Total dog. Unfortunate that he is a Bronco, but total dog. 37 touchdowns in his 3-year tenure at Oregon. Ridiculous. Sliding on down to Josh Huff, 2010 to 2013. One of Mariota's good little pieces over there. Another wide receiver during that exact same time frame. DeAnthony Thomas. Hello.
Dog.
Total dog.
Dog. I mean, dude, they played together.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
Mariota had them for like 2 years to throw to. 2 or 3 years when he was starting, and like they were on that 2010 team that made that national championship run. Yeah. Who lost to Auburn and Cam Newton, or was that 2009?
Chip Kelly, I think, left like a year early.
Yeah.
Had he waited one more year, it would have been like the band.
His style, they might have won a BCS title.
Well, they would have had a playoff option.
Yeah. Well, he left 2 years?
It was that 2013 season. I think he left 2012, right?
Yeah, at the end of 2012. Yeah. So he would have had.
But like 13-14 was the playoff.
Right,
was the first. Yeah.
No, it's not. No. 14-15 was that first playoff. 14-15 was the first playoff. Yeah, because Florida State won the 13-14 BCS national title.
You're right.
Win the last BCS. But yeah, like they might have won that BCS title.
Yeah.
Because you had undefeated Florida State and you had an Auburn who had lost a game and everybody else had lost games in there. He might have been able to lead that Oregon team undefeated and go up against Florida State that year. All right, I'll drop it down over to our tight end and our O-line. Tight end, we're going to have Ed Dixon, played 06 to 09, again, kind of in one of those good stages of Oregon football there. And then over on the O-line, we're going to have a big recognizable name like Penei Sewell from 2018 to 19.
Almost the Bengal.
Bro, he played for 2 years and just opted out of COVID. COVID.
Deuces, I'm out of here.
He just didn't play the COVID year, and then in the first round. Adam Snyder from 2001 to 2004. Jackson Powers Johnson, dog.
Power name.
2021 to 2023. Yeah, power name, legitimately. He's a dog at center. Right guard Max Unger from the early 2000s, 05 to 08. And then this is the oldest guy on the list so far, is going to be the right tackle, Gary Zimmerman, from 80 to 83. It's crazy that this is the first we haven't dropped to.
This is it's a program that has grown up with us. That their prevalence 100%. has grown up with us, and I mean that in the early 2000s to now. Like it is interesting to see how their program has grown, and I hope we see a national championship from them in our lifetime. But
I do too. If they won it this year, it'd be kind of cool because then it's another Big Ten team in a row, 4 in a row.
Yeah. Kayvon Thibodeau on the defensive end side of things, though, 2019 to 2022. Boom. I mean, these are household names.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. Total dog. Defensive tackle. You want to take a stab at that name?
Yeah, I believe it's pronounced Haloti Nagata. Haloti Nagata from 02 to 05. Great D tackle back then.
DeForest Buckner.
Dog.
Hello.
Dog.
Another defensive end, Nick Reed. Another All-American, 05 to 08. Linebacker Troy Dye, 2016 to 2019, and another that was post Mariota,
right? Right, that's that Justin Herbert era. Yeah, and then to round out the linebacker position, we're gonna have Kiki Alonso, 2010 to 2012. Again, that's right before Mariota, right at the beginning of him. When, again, that national title run they made to lose to the Auburn Tigers. And then our other linebacker from the 60s, he was an NFL legend. You kind of have to have his name on this list. That's Dave Wilcox, 60 to 62. And you want to round us out with the secondary here? Bring us home?
Heck of a name here. Ifo Expere Alomu, 2011-2014 lockdown corner. Consensus All-American. Cliff Harris, another consensus All-American. He played from 2009 to 2010. And then on the safety side of things, Mel Renfro, 1960 to 62. Again, surprising older one here where the Ducks definitely had some old good teams, but not nearly as good as the recent teams.
The current, yeah.
And again, to round out that safety room, Vernon McKinley III. Or Verone, excuse me. Yeah, right. Verone.
Yeah, Verone.
Verone McKinley III. That's 2019 and 2022. Another recent guy. Who does he play for? I'm trying to think who he plays for now.
I'll take a goog.
Give her a goog.
Off the top of my head, I do not remember.
No, you're good. But again, just some fantastic household names here. And again, it's a cool team that you see,
Yeah, wow. Actually, he went undrafted that year coming out. He was a Dolphin for 2 years and then played on the Cardinals practice squad and has not played since.
Wow.
I remember him being a dog in college too. Just didn't translate.
Wow.
Didn't translate there.
No.
Unfortunately, it doesn't always do that. Doesn't always work. It was, yeah.
We had a good stretch of teams here today, though.
100%. 100%. As an Iowa fan who's never seen anything overly great happen in our career, I think it's crazy we have a team with the kind of lineup that we do.
Right.
Oregon's obviously insane. Insane. I think I still believe that Ohio State or Michigan's is probably the best toe-to-toe lineup. I do believe that Oregon or Iowa's could match up fairly well with Michigan or Ohio State's, but I do think that Michigan and Ohio State's are still and will be even into next week the two best.
Yeah, I agree.
The two best pound for pound teams. Maybe USC. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. They'll be on our list.
Who do we have next week?
Off the top of my head, let me pull up the list here of who we have to round out with. I know that there's going to be 4 of them on this list here. And that is going to be, we're going to have Purdue.
Oh.
We're going to have, we'll get there. We're going to have Wisconsin.
Okay.
Some good guys there. Michigan State, going to be some
you'll
good
have
guys
some
there.
good guys, yeah.
And then USC, who's going to, again, be in that level of
they'll
like
be in that,
Ohio
yeah,
State,
they'll
Ohio
be in
State,
that conversation.
Michigan.
A lot of
They'll be in
Pac-10, Pac-12 guys, but
yeah, they'll be in that same level with like the Ohio State and Michigan days. But yeah, so stay tuned for next week. Next week, we are going to go through those 4 teams, barring anything else pops up. And then the week after that, just be ready, because then we will be over to previewing week 0. I know there's only one Big Ten game of week 0. Doesn't mean we won't throw in maybe another game that each of us personally like. Right. Maybe just do 3 games there. Maybe a little bit of something else coming special that episode as well. We'll have to see, and you guys got to stay tuned to find out. So thank you guys again for tuning in today, and we will see you guys all next time.
See you guys.